Welcome back to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Yak Gadget. For all your fine kayak fishing accessories, go to yakgadget.com. Pelican cases, coolers, and lighting. Go to pelican.com. And the 153 Bait Company. For all your hard and soft bait needs, go to the 153anglers.com. Now let's get this show started.
Boom!
Like that jam.
What is up, everybody? Here, welcome back to another edition of Chasing the Tide. It's your saltwater connection on the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. I'm your host, Dustin Nichols. Tonight we got a special guest here. We got Luke Prentiss in the house tonight from the Kayak Beasts fishing strength and fitness program.
Happy to be here, brother.
Oh,
one of my favorite kayak beasts right here.
Here we go. Got the record holder in the house.
Man. You got the lead, baby. Oscar Alvarado is kind of coming for you. He's at 17 pounds 4 weeks in, so he's trying to commit your record.
Oh,
man.
He's trying to come at me.
He's trying
all right. Yeah, we're still working on it too. So trying to stay that way. You know,
I love it.
That time of year, you know, it's hot. Dog days of summer, all that. It affects everybody. It affects us, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The heat affects everything. It affects the fishing.
You got to look for the fish more now, too.
Yeah, you definitely got to put in the work. Definitely the cooler times of the day in the morning and evening, especially when it coincides with some lunar activity and some moving water is definitely going to help you out. So,
no doubt.
Just got to play it by ear and just see what they're feeding on and match the hatch, as they say. You know, there's a lot of shad. There's a lot of shrimp right now that are about a little over pinky size that are everywhere in the marsh right now. Little smaller shrimp, and there's just an abundance of bait. It's like Mother Nature's in overdrive after the freeze. Seeing a lot of fish starting to school up, redfish.
I was just talking to one of my kayak beasts during our session today. He said he was on him, man, and he couldn't get him to eat anything. Throwing at him. They were right there in front of his face. Couldn't get him to eat. So there must be an abundance of bait.
Man, I wish I had that little top water that I've been throwing, especially calmer conditions. Heddon made another addition to their Spook series of lures. It's actually smaller than the Spook Junior. It's called a Boyo, Boyo. I picked up a couple from podcast sponsor Wally Rods. They support us here on the podcast.
Nice,
That's one of my rod sponsors there. It's my rod sponsor. Jimmy Burns takes care of me. Picked up a couple of those from the pro shop there here in Victoria. And it's a smaller, I was like worried they were going to be too small, but like I've been targeting like just ambush sites, or if I see little wakes or little blow ups and stuff, I'll throw it in there, especially on the slick days. Man, that thing has been legit. Because I was throwing like a one knocker spook, and then it's just like the fish weren't reacting to it because there was a lot of smaller shad in there, probably 2.5 inch shad.
Okay.
In that little small top water, they were just.
Is it loud? Is it rattle?
It rattles, but it's not loud. It's just got a couple of BBs in it.
Okay.
So it's just a real mellow little rattle sound. It's got a nice little cadence you can do, and it's just like it doesn't disturb the water too much. So it looks like a little fleeing shad, and they were straight smashing it.
Nice.
So I've not seen that. Yeah, that's a new one. They're kind of hard to get your hands on right now. I walked in there to grab some because I didn't get any the Friday before, and the empty racks were just barren. It's just like, wow, you don't have any of those. And I found two like stuff way back in the back, and they're kind of a weird like blue and gold and chartreuse color, but it was like it was money though. That color was money. Nice. It reminds me of that Spook Junior color spectrum without the dots on it, and that's a good little color too. But yeah, man, it's it's this time of year, August, hurricane season. We actually had some higher tides this week. We'll be a little behind recording, about a week behind when this goes up. But yeah, the got a good little flush in. It kind of helped with the water, and then some of the local rains we've had. As long as it's not too much, because we had too much about 3 weeks ago. We had about 16 inches in about 2 days.
Whew. Yeah.
So the rain is definitely dealt us some bad hands here lately, but a little bit of cool down showers here and there, and then the good Gulf tides coming in and all that stuff, especially with the storms in the Gulf right now. We're going to get a good little push and push some green water back in. I know that it's been real close to the beachfront, to the blue water. I know the offshore guys been doing some good stuff too. So
I bet.
Whew. So yeah, let's get down to business on this fitness program, man. I'm gonna share a little bit about my journey, and just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how this all started. Get a little backstory on that too.
Well, I started this Kayak Beasts strength and fit. At first, it was just kayak fishing strength and fitness, and I started putting out these videos during quarantine, just because I knew that a lot of guys were getting into kayak fishing. The kayaks were selling like crazy, so a lot of new kayakers. And I had made these programs as a fitness coach for myself because I got my butt handed to me 8 years ago when I started kayak fishing, and I worked out for a living. So I thought, man, all these guys that are just starting out, they're going to need some workouts to do. So I started publishing some workouts in the group there, and a gentleman from Austin Canoe and Kayak looked me up, and well, I'd actually invited him into the group, and he said, we really need this. Said, you should make a program with this. I said, well, it's not a bad idea. I said, I already teach weight loss. I'm very good at that. I'll combine it with the strength training, because I know everybody was gaining weight with the COVID and everything and the quarantine. So I put the two together and formed the Kayak Beasts program, ran a couple of beta groups and had a lot of success. Your group was real successful. Had a lot of guys lose there. And yeah, man, we do the Zoom workout once a week, and then they follow the next two workouts through the app. They're just quick workouts, 30-minute workout. All you need is a pair of 10-pound dumbbells. So we just, all we do is set up the phone. You don't need equipment. You just need a little floor space, pair of 20-pound dumbbells. And then we do the intermittent fasting, man. The intermittent fasting has been the greatest change in I don't even want to call it dieting, because it's not a diet. It's just timing your eating, because you can still eat all the foods you like. That's what's changed everything. I taught, I've been doing this over 20 years, and my degrees in kinesiology and health education. Those nutrition courses, they taught us breakfast, the most important meal of the day. You need to eat 3 meals and 2 snacks. Basically, they're telling us, hey, to lose weight, you need to eat all day long. I'm like, I don't know why that never rang a bell.
No,
I never thought twice about it back then. I'm like, well, these professors are telling me that. My personal training certification telling me that's got to be right. Now that I've started this intermittent fasting, I think back, why didn't I question that when they were telling me? Was it like the food industry telling them to do that? I don't know. But yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing that you're supposed to eat all day to lose weight. Of course it doesn't work.
No, it sure doesn't work, especially when you work shift work and then you eat all night. You make trips to the snack machine and get a pack of crackers and a Baby Ruth and a big Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting in a chair all night staring at computer screens at work. So you're not really doing much. And
when you eat all day, it makes you hungry. All it does is just your stomach just wants more and more and more.
It stretches your stomach out. The fuller you get yourself. Yeah. It's just, it's a lifestyle change though, for sure, to get that fasting stuff down, being that, shift work like I do, the flexible aspect of it, like you said, like
mine's flex fasting.
It's a flex fasting, and you can readjust and here and there. I mean, that's why I wanted to have you on and share a little bit about what I went through and what helped me along the way, and maybe it can help other people too.
Sure.
I'm a dang, ex-Marine. I was slipping. I was like, man, how am I letting myself get like this? And I would see pictures and I'll be like, good grief, how did I get like that already? And my wife was like, I was starting to notice too. I said, well, why didn't you tell me something? You see my legs swelling up and stuff? Because it runs in my family, the superficial venous insufficiency. So the legs swelling up, and then the hypertension and all that, it runs in the Nichols family, and kidney stones.
Oof.
Like my dad and all of his brothers all had kidney stones in their 40s.
Oof.
And I'm going through the same thing right now. So
no fun.
It is not fun at all, man. It's debilitating, like for real.
Yep.
Like I fished a couple of tournaments with them already.
Wow.
And to do that is not easy. And
I don't know how you stay
out of it a little bit, but I do have some pain medication.
You're gonna have to. Yeah.
but yeah, the fasting part was really cool to start getting into that. And then I pretty much told myself, hey, you're going all in. You know, you got the mentality, you know, I got the mentality being in the Marine Corps. I was like, look, you know, the way it is in the Marine Corps is like, you know, mind over matter. You know, pain is just weakness leaving the body.
That's right.
So if you're
That's
going to
right.
hurt, you're just going to pay off. The workouts weren't, you know, the workouts, what is not what it is, you know, being I do paddle a lot in the marsh, you know, the endurance and the upper body strength from surfing and swimming and everything was always there. It's just, man, it was all around the waist and the gut.
Yeah.
It was just like
that's that visceral fat, and that's all around our organs too. So that's the worst place to have it, and that's where we put it first.
Yep. And that's where it was. You know, it was there. I think the heaviest I had gotten was 261.
Whew. And carrying all that extra weight around, you know, I'll show somebody, I'll take a 25-pound weight plate, and once they've lost 25 pounds, say, yeah, carry this around all day long. Tell me it doesn't feel different. I mean, hauling that weight around is hard on you.
I remember when I started and I did my first weigh in, when we started, it was 257.4 when we started. And I had just stopped drinking Coca-Colas about a week before that. And now it's been almost 11 weeks now.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Coke.
Nice.
None. Water.
That helps with those kidney stones too, man. That uric acid and that Coke, that creates kidney stones.
Yeah, lots of water and lots of you know, water.
Yeah.
Well, I did it and everything, and then you know,
you got to enjoy your ranch waters too. I always tell you, when I show everybody your picture when I'm bringing them on board, I always tell them about when you first asked me about ranch water. I didn't know what a ranch water was. Can I still have ranch water? So I'm like, I'm sure it's as good as any other water. Sure. You're like, no, man, it's an alcoholic drink. I'm like, oh, just as long as it's during your window, sure.
Yeah. 80 calories, they're not too bad.
No, you know? Not bad at all. That's what I'm saying. As long as it's within your eating window, all gravy.
Yeah. And then a couple of tournaments, you know, if I do well, I would get a little mini blizzard.
There you go.
You know, and then have a day here and there, you know, you get a plate of enchiladas. Corn tortillas aren't near as bad as flour, but
you
know, the whole thing to me was like I said, I want to go all in. So I said, I'm cutting carbs. I'm quitting drinking sodas. So I didn't eat anything like white rice or no potatoes or no white bread. I ate brown rice, brown jasmine rice, quinoa. Like I still ate beans, sweet potatoes, but no white potatoes. Like once in a blue moon, might like a half a cup of like mashed potatoes or a half of a baked potato with like some pulled pork or something in it.
Yeah.
But like I really went all in with it because I knew that I needed to make a big change. But the thing that helped me the most was the app, and then downloading a fasting tracker to track your fasting times.
Yeah.
And then MyFitnessPal also linked with the app where you could track your calories. And the whole thing for me was the caloric reduction.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And I'm a bigger guy, so I just said 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
As long as I keep it below that. And if I have a deficit, it's like, oh, well, I'm working out and I run. And, you know, and at the beginning, I started like a couch to 5K with my wife. I'm going to tell you, at the first week of doing that, I could probably run a minute and a half. And I'd be like, my feet were going numb. And I was always, I mean, in the Marine Corps, I could run 3 miles in 18 minutes.
Wow.
Like I wasn't slow. I could run pretty good.
That's a good time, man.
And by the second week, it was already like, you know, my 5 minute, I'd run for 5 minutes, then walk for 2, run for 5, walk for 3, run for 3, walk for 2. And it was like building us up. By the fourth week, like I ran a whole mile without stopping.
And you'd already lost what, 20 pounds at that time?
I had lost about like 18, 19, maybe 20 pounds.
Right around there.
And then like the fifth and sixth week, I was running 2.5 miles without stopping.
Nice.
And like no pain, no feet going numb or anything. And it was all about the, you know, the fasting times and sticking with it. I work at a petrochemical plant. And guys, they cook tacos every morning. The Saturday morning was the first time I have had breakfast at 7:30 in the morning in 12 weeks.
How'd you feel afterwards?
Tired.
Yep. You don't realize it, man, because you were so used to it before. But man, when you've been fasting for a while and you get used to that high energy in the mornings, and then you eat something, you're like, what happened to my energy? And it's the opposite of what you think. You think that, you think when you go hungry that you're going to lose your energy because we're so used to having food all the time and our blood sugar dropping if we didn't have food. But once you start doing this and your blood sugar stays level, man, your energy is through the roof. Yeah. I learned the same thing, man. When I first started doing this, and I would think, man, I love breakfast tacos too. And every once in a while I'd go to Rudy's and get my brisket and bean breakfast tacos, man. And I felt miserable after. I was like, man, I haven't been this tired in a month. So I just quit doing it.
Pretty protein heavy. I mean, they did biscuits and gravy and had some eggs with and bacon, and cheese. And I just had one biscuit. I put gravy and I had a little bit of egg. I mean, I didn't eat a lot. Normally I'd eat like 3 biscuits and gravy. Back in the day, I'd be like piling it on. It wasn't that big of a plate. And they're like, man, Dustin, you actually gonna eat? I said, yeah, I'm gonna eat breakfast just one time. I said, it's good. Because even people at work are noticed. They said, man, your coveralls are just falling off of you. I said, dude, you ought to see all my shorts, man. They fall off, dude.
Tying a rope around your waist.
Belts around them and put a zip tie through the belt.
Knocking new holes in the belt.
Yep. It's gotten like that, man. And it's just like, and then I said, all right, I'll eat breakfast. But, this whole time I've been like, nope. And this one time I said, yeah, I'll eat it. And then now I'm like, nope, I ain't eating it. No.
Yeah, it still tastes good. But, man, the way you make you feel afterwards, it ain't worth it.
No, it's not.
It ain't worth it because you feel so dang good without it.
How do you not eat in the mornings? I said, well, I'm going to tell you this. I get up and fish. And then don't eat till 11:30, 12.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of the days I was going 17 and a half hours instead of 16. Yeah. Because I still had energy and I still felt fine and I was staying hydrated.
That's the key.
I'd have coconut water. I'd have some, a couple, probably drink 60 ounces of water when I'm on
That's the key.
When I'm fishing.
As long as you stay hydrated.
Just staying hydrated. And then I'd get back to the truck and I'd have about a handful of cashews. I'd have a little piece, a half a stick of the beef jerky and a Quest protein peanut butter cookie.
That's smart, man. That's the best way to do it. When you first come off that fasting, it kind of goes in cycles. At first you're starving when you come off and you'll feast at the beginning when you first start doing it. But again, it starts making you tired, because your insulin, your brain's trying to get all this sugar to it because they ain't had it for a while. So it'll leave your blood sugar high on that first meal. So if you can eat kind of light on that first meal, boy, that's a ticket right there. Because then you don't get tired at all from eating.
That's what I'm trying to work on now is that when I'm, I haven't really been super strict the last 3 weeks or so. I mean, I've lost another 4 or 5 pounds since the end of the 8 week. I think I'm down a total of fluctuating 36 or 37 pounds.
Nice. And that's not even doing your best work, and you're still losing.
No. And in the workouts, I took a little break and I just started back up last week. But I've been on the water, I'm paddling, I'm doing all that anyways. I'm sweating and running. But like I said, I'm running all over the place, unloading the kayak. It's way faster now. It's just
I've talked to a couple guys who fish with you. They're like, man, he's a ball of energy now. He's wanting to go offshore and all.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get it all now. Yeah.
Yep.
Get it going. But I'm thinking now that it'll be easier to just eat a super just light. That first meal is going to be real light. Maybe just a protein shake and some cashews and a plum or something like that.
Yep.
And then my meal, towards 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening would be, a good salad and some protein and a veg, and then done.
Yeah.
And I think if I do that, I'm really going to lean up.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You'd only be getting, you're only talking right there like 1,000 calories or something. So, and you don't want to eat like 1,000 calories day after day, week after week, because your body will drop its metabolism.
Yeah, you want to change.
Yes, so you'd want to bump it up closer to 2,000, maybe every third day, something like that, just to keep your body, keep the calories burning, because your body will sense that and try to kind of go into starvation. You can get by on that little calories, though. Your body will adapt.
Yes,
we need way less food than we thought we did. Way less food, but if you want to keep shedding fat, you want to keep your body burning at higher calories. So, go 2 or 3 days low, then bump it up a little bit one day, just to keep your body rolling on your metabolism.
Oh, that's some good info right there. For sure.
Yep. Your body will figure it out, because our body's always adapting. That's the thing. We're adaptation machines, man. And that's what it's all about. So when we're working out, we're just putting a stress on our body with the workouts or the kayak fishing or whatever. And our body's adapting to that by burning off extra fat for energy, adding muscle and strength for whatever demands we're putting upon it. That's all we're doing, is making the body adapt constantly. We just want good adaptations.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was trying to tell my wife and her friends, because they're getting up, going to the gym before work and this and that. And I said,
that's good.
Well, if y'all are, but when you're repetitive and doing the same things over and over, your body's going to be a plateau.
Yeah.
You got to.
It's already adapted to that.
And I said, and there's another thing. I said, just because you do this fitness, just calorie tracker, and you're doing all this, and then you count your exercise, and that drops your caloric intake for the day. Oh, I can go eat this. No,
don't. You got to keep it low. Yeah.
Don't do that. That's the worst thing to do, is to take the burned calories. And my daughter's like laughing at me. She's like she's pointing at me. My daughter just got home too. But it's like, don't take those burned calories that you worked off and just say, oh, now I can eat more.
Yeah.
Just chasing your tail. A lot of people make a mistake and do that. They're like, well, I worked out, I can have this extra stuff now. Well, no, because it's just going to compound eventually. That's
because you're not in a deficit anymore. You bring yourself into a deficit, but then if you eat those calories, you just take yourself right out of it. And that caloric deficit, that's how we burn the fat. And that's the thing with intermittent fasting. There's a lot of great benefits to intermittent fasting. It blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, helps our heart, everything like that. But at the end of the day, we're eating less calories because we're eating in that short eating window. So you still got to keep the calories under check.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a whole, reading into it, it's just like what your body goes into after certain phases of it,
Yeah. At the end of the fast, those are the best hours. So if you can be out like yourself out there kayak fishing up until, hour 15, 16, 17, those 3 hours, dude, you are tearing it up. So it's
especially when you're paddling and on the water and sweating already. As long as you're staying hydrated, you're just burning it.
Yeah,
you're eating your own fat.
Man, you will get off the water and look different than when you got on the water.
Oh yeah, I know. There were days I would weigh myself, and I'd be like, "Holy cow!"
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do in one day if you're kayak fishing especially if you're later into the fast like that.
Yeah,
it is incredible. That's whenever I need to break a plateau, I just go fast and kayak fish, and that breaks it every time.
Yeah, and I can't say enough about it. It's just, it turned me around, man, and it's just like,
I love it.
I got to stick with it. I know I'll have some cheat meals and stuff here and there, but I'm still trying to, I'm still staying in my window. I'm still fast. I hadn't come off of the fast except for that one morning I had that. But then that one morning, that's when I started my eat window. And so after 8 hours after that meal, I went back to the fast and fasted. I actually fasted 18 hours the next day.
There you go. And that's the beauty of it, though, is that you can eat pretty much what you want. You keep it in that eating window. So on the days where you eat bad, you just flatline. You don't lose. But the days you eat good, you drop. But the difference is on all the other diets we've done in the past, you lose, then you go up. It's yo-yo, yo-yo, yo-yo. You don't yo-yo on this. You stair step down. That's the big difference. And in the long term, you feel better. It preserves time. So you're not having to worry about eating 3, 4, 5 meals a day. It actually saves you time, makes your life easier. Energy's up. I mean, it's one of those too good to be true. What's the catch, And there is no catch. It's just, it's incredible. I wish I'd known about it I got clients now that been training with me 15, 20 years. They're like, you used to get mad at me for not eating breakfast. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
So sorry.
I didn't know.
Like, it's all this, I go to some of the health food stores here. We have a couple. We have one. It used to be Complete Nutrition. Now it's Complete 360. And then they have another little health food house that does like little low carb wraps and kind of stuff like that. But they have all this cool, like lower carb and lower sugar food.
Yeah.
And it's like protein Pop-Tarts. It's like, whoa,
nice.
Check this out.
Ooh, that sounds
And then
good.
there's like, there's this one company called Ghost that has like whey protein powder that tastes like fruity cereal milk and like chocolate cereal milk and Nutter butter. And I got Oreo. I got an Oreo one. And it's like low, like only like 6 carbs.
Wow.
And low sugar. And
you had those Quest peanut butter cups?
Yes, I ate those. Ooh. And that's what I say I was going to share with everybody. This stuff is not bad. I eat the Quest peanut butter cookies, the Quest chocolate chip peanut butter cookies. They're bars themselves. There's a brownie and chocolate chip cookie dough protein bar that is really good. And then like for my sweet tooth, just like I was talking about earlier, I said I get up, go get hit that snack machine on my night shifts. You go to Walmart and you get them Atkins bars. This like a low carb diet that guy came up with or whatever, but they make these bars that has low glycemic index. They do have sugar alcohol, so you got to watch your intake because that will cause some bowel issues.
Yeah, some digestive issues.
Yes. So but they have they have bars that taste like a Snickers, taste like a Payday, taste like a Mounds bar, taste like a Baby Ruth. They got peanut butter cups also. They taste like any kind of candy bar you want to get, and they're low calorie, low sugar, low carb.
Yeah.
What about with the sugar alcohols and the what else is it? The dietary fiber is what.
That's the best thing about Quest is everything with Quest has all that fiber. But I'll tell you what, I'll get
you got to watch it.
You eat 3 or 4 of those, you're gonna be like, oh, too much fiber.
You can't eat 3 or 4.
Oh man,
I'll have
make that mistake once.
And then that's my sweet tooth.
You had their Doritos, snack. The Quest, the tortilla chips, nacho. Those are good too.
For protein chips, they have a nacho cheese, they have a ranch, they have a sweet chili, they have a loaded taco. They have quite a few.
I haven't had those flavors.
Oh yeah, they got those like 5 other ones, and then they have some Bada beans or something. They're like protein beans that are they're like corn nuts, but they're beans that are dried like that. They're actually pretty good. I don't know if those aren't Quest, but they're pretty good.
I haven't had those.
That store over here has got a lot of
man. I'd be walking out of there with sacks of stuff, man.
Oh, you can go in there and spend $100 like it's nothing.
Oh yeah. So you're right though. There are so many tasty options now to where you hit that sweet tooth and you're not even eating bad. Might not be perfect, but it's still it's got your protein in it. It's not near as bad as
it's way better than hitting that Baby Ruth and pack of peanut butter crackers from the snack machine with a 300 calorie Coca-Cola.
Right. Yep.
That's probably almost 1,000 calories right there.
Oh yeah, and your blood sugar's through the roof too.
I was eating. I had to be consuming 3,500 calories a day.
I'd say that's about right. Yeah, most people, if you're not watching your diet and watching what you eat, you're averaging probably about 3,500 a day. Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee.
And then if you go off the hook and have
4 Cokes, and if I went to a restaurant, I'd probably get 4 refills.
Woo!
So think about that. All that sugar. Think about
32 grams of sugar in each Coke.
That's a 12-ounce.
Over 100 grams of sugar. If you're having 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I had I measure a gram of potassium iodide when I run samples. I do that, and I look at that that gram of powder, and I'm like, I said, so when I'm drinking a Coke, it's 32 of them. I said, think about all that sugar that's dissolved in that one can.
I saw a dude on Facebook. Something he did some sort of trick to where he dried out the Coke and just poured out the sugar. It was about a cup of sugar in a Coke. It's incredible. Incredible. I don't know how many grams are in a cup, but it was like about a cup of sugar poured out of there. Yeah,
that's crazy. Because think about
it's insane.
When you made Kool-Aid when you were a kid, that's 2 quarts, got 1
cup. Exactly.
So now you're thinking 12 ounces has.
It's like, how do they squeeze that much sugar in there even, and not, to where it's not just crystallized, you're not chewing it up. Yeah, soda, man.
It's that high fructose corn syrup.
Yep.
Whatever they do with that stuff and wicked ways is not good for you.
Yep. It's all them food scientists, man. They know our triggers. They know our triggers. They're in laboratories testing it. They're like, okay, if 32 grams of sugars is just sweet enough, 33 grams gets too sweet. All right, make it 32. Whatever the most salt we can handle before it's too salty, they put it just under that. If it's sugar, they'll take it till, just under that. Crunch, color, sweet, salty, and texture, like a creaminess. Those are our food triggers. And they try to, in these laboratories, man, they try to combine as many of them as they can. And that's why they're not, you don't ever sit there like, man, I couldn't stop eating apples. Oh my God, I ate too many apples last night. No, regular foods from nature, you don't overeat. They're not addicting because they don't have more than 2 or 3 of these different food triggers. Like they put them into these artificial foods. These artificial foods are addicting because they're nothing like you would find in nature. You would never find them in nature to have 2 or 3 of these different addicting things in them.
Right.
Food triggers.
I know but the thing about it is there's the food, some of the food scientists have come up with decent stuff too. So monk fruit.
Yeah.
Their sugar substitute. I use a lot of that.
But but it's still a natural fruit. They didn't they didn't synthetically create monk fruit. They're just using stevia, same way.
Stevia, yep, for sure. So the monk fruit, they have a brown sugar alternative that I've made cookies with chickpea flour and almond flour, oat flour, and make muffins and stuff with bananas and the oat and almond flour with the brown sugar and chocolate chips, and you still get a little sweet tooth, and you use Greek yogurt. And then I was never big yogurt. Oh yeah, they're pretty good. I'm never a big yogurt eater, and then with this, I try to eat at least yogurt every other day. The Oikos 000, or there's another one called True. It's pretty good also. That only has like 3 grams of sugar, but it has like 21 grams of protein.
Nice. Yeah,
I was never one to eat Greek yogurt, but then I started eating it and I like it now. So it's just like, cool.
Unflavored plain can be a little rough, but man, once they put any kind of flavoring, any fruit flavoring or something to it, it's dang good.
It is good. And just watch the sugar intake,
Yep.
That's the main thing. Is trying to
get your blood sugar
down.
Up. Yep. That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, just like when I started this, I was just like, I'm gonna kick his ass, and I'm glad I was able to follow through.
Yeah. And when you're getting great results, it's a lot easier to keep going, right? When you're seeing 7 pounds come off a week, 5 pounds come off a week, you're like, well, damn, this works. It's very motivating. That's another good thing about intermittent fasting. The weight comes off so fast, it keeps you motivated.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can still have, once a week, twice a week, you can have a pizza night, enchiladas, something like that. You don't have to be so strict. As long as you eat right, 80% of the time, man, you'll drop like a stone.
And then if you actually really want to exceed, then you just cut a little bit more calories and really cut back on the carbs and the sugars, and it really starts to fall off.
That's right. You eat perfect, man, with it, and you combine those two. Oh my God. Yeah. That's how you lose 33 pounds in 8 weeks right there.
Yep. And that's how your wife don't like you because
yep. And that's the thing, a lady can do the same thing side by side and she might lose half as much.
Yep. And there's also a boost in some other things.
Yeah, that weight starts coming off. You start feeling better all over.
Yep. Testosterone levels through the dang roof, man.
Yep.
I know we shared some of that on the group. Y'all can.
Oh man, I had a couple people sign up for the Kayak Beasts program just from seeing that. I don't know if their wife made them or what, but they're like, I read about Dustin's sudden interests being revived, and I want some of that. So come on in, brother.
It was like,
come on in.
Still no doubt. That, but yeah, everybody go. We're not wrapping up quite yet. We're still talking a little bit about all this stuff, but y'all go check Luke out on Instagram. I'll have the banner up there on the bottom if you're looking, watching this on YouTube or on Facebook or something like that. But if not, if you're just listening in podcast land, you can follow me at Luke Prentiss. That's LUKE_PRE. on the
Yes,
Instagram.
sir.
And then you can check out, if you're on Facebook, check out the Kayak Beast Fishing Strength and Fitness group.
Free group, man. I post all kinds of
Post
videos,
all kind of
workout
good
videos,
stuff, updates for all the beasts in the program.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you can also see when all his next group starts and jump right in.
Yep.
I think, are you going full bore with it already? Or you're still doing a couple of more groups here?
No, we're still going in. We're keeping it in group settings. I like the motivation of guys going through it together and everybody being on the same week, and they can kind of compare results, announce their results. So yeah, I was going to make it kind of like an evergreen where anybody could jump in, but I'm keeping it with every 4 weeks. We're going to start up a new group. I like that. I really do. It makes it a
really
lot
cool.
of fun.
And it's cool on the Tuesday nights to do. You do the workouts.
Everybody working out. Yeah.
Zoom and everything. So we were all, talk a little smack and have fun. We had quite a few people on that group I was in.
It's a blast, man. Yeah, I'm loving. I'm loving y'all's results, but and the best part is we're all kayak fishermen. So we all think the same things are funny. We're all cutting up and giving each other a hard time, and yeah, it's. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, I know you had got on the whose show you were just on with
Kayak Fishing for News. I mean, Bass Fishing
you were on
for
the
News.
Bass Fishing News. You're on with Ryan and Sean. Ryan ended up leaving. I'm still.
Yeah, that was his last show, as a matter of fact.
Show, I believe. Yeah, so I know you were.
He's in the group now, though. He's rolling through it right now. Ryan and Sean.
Yep.
Yeah. They're both getting it. Yep. Just working out with them last week. They're doing great.
I told him you got to stick to the P's and Q's, man. You can't be. I told him, I said, you can, if you just want to maintain, you'll maintain. I said, but if you really want to kick its ass, I said, you got to cut the carbs and cut the sugars, cut the Cokes. Can't drink 6 beers every night. You know, you got to have a beer or 2 every now and then and drink the ultras or the ranch water.
You got to pick your spots, man. Pick your spots.
Yep. So yeah, it does. It takes some heart, little determination, but
anybody
can do it.
It's the easiest way on earth to do it. It still takes a little effort, but not near as much effort as the old ways of doing things. And not near as much effort as doing keto, paleo, doing the 5 at the nooms and all those. You don't have to count calories as long as you eat decent foods and you eat during your eating window. That's all you got to do. If you want to crank it up a notch and count your calories, you're going to get better results, but you're going to get results just fine without doing that too. It's up to you, but it's the easiest way on planet Earth. 3 30-minute workouts a week. I mean, this is the easiest it's ever been in my 23 years of doing this. That's for sure. And I wish I'd done this all along. Oh yeah, and you get better results because it's easier to do. It's easier to keep it going. I'd have people I'd make people meal plans with 35 meals a week to follow, man.
Yeah.
So, first month, maybe even 2 months, they do pretty well, lose, 5, maybe 10 pounds a month doing that way because you're eating all day long. Yep. So you have to do it absolutely perfect. You can't go 1 calorie over on any meal or the day is blown. And, maybe for 4 to 6 weeks, they could stick to it real strict. But man, when it's that hard, you lose willpower. It's just too damn hard. With this, you got room for error. You don't have to be paying attention to it 24/7. You can live a normal life and you still lose. And it's the compounding effect of doing it week after week after week after week. You don't ever get tired of doing it because you're not having to give up everything good in life to do it.
And it gets easier, actually.
Yes.
To follow the schedule and it just becomes part of your lifestyle. That's how
how I
feel about it. I think I'll fast for the rest of my life.
Oh, I know. I'll never go back. And I ate 5 meals a day for 20 we'd be on vacation driving to Alabama or something like that. And I'd hit 3 hours. Oh, I got to eat. There's no restaurant. Well, there's one 10 miles that way. We'd be turning down, taking the family 10 miles down the road because I had to eat every 3 hours.
Now that is a part that gets me, the road travel. And I stuck to my fast and I actually took stuff with me so I wouldn't eat fast food. And I think this 12 weeks, I think I've had fast food twice.
And even with fast food, let's say, you have to go there. They have chicken breast salads. Right. They have, grilled chicken sandwiches, apple slices. You can still make smart choices.
Oh, yeah. Food. Yeah. And that's key. What you just said there, smart choices.
Yeah.
Not the 8-piece tenders from
and pick your spot. Save those cheap meals for a Saturday night with the family. Don't waste it on 2 p.m. driving down the road. Save that for when you can go out with the family on the weekend or something like that. Wait on that stuff till you can actually enjoy yourself. It's not just gluttony.
But you hit the nail on the head. It's smart choices for sure. But like everybody, I know. We're all kayak fishermen. Everybody listens to the show. Even if somebody's not, and you just want to get, reignite that fitness journey and reignite your health. I just can't say enough about this program. I mean, it's just like
I appreciate it, man. You did awesome, man. And you're, showing your results really made believers out of a lot of people. And it wasn't just you. I've had a lot of guys really do well, but you have the record, man. Daniel Hayes, he's probably second place at 28 pounds. I had Josh with 26, Mike with 25. So that that kind of runs. There are a lot of guys in the mid 20s for sure. Yeah. But you still got the record. Oscar's coming for you. We'll see, man. He's 4 weeks in at 17.
4 more weeks. He might catch up with me.
It's possible.
Yeah, he's doing really good too. So I'm stoked for him on that, and it just makes things that much easier. I mean, just like turning around to grab your rods out of your crate,
leaning forward without your stomach,
leaning forward to grab something off the deck of the kayak without your gut getting in the way.
That's right.
I mean, I still got a little bit there. It's not near as bad as it was.
Right.
But it's
not an obstruction anymore.
No, I still got. I set a goal weight of 205, so I still got about little over, little 20-ish pounds to go. Okay.
Well, hey man, you're kicking ass so far. That's for dang sure. So you're well on your way. I'm gonna hit. And especially, you kind of. I was about to say, you took a little break and still lost 4 pounds.
Yeah,
that just goes to show the power of this, man. You weren't even going all out, and you still lost.
Yep, it did. It sure
love it,
did.
Man. I love it.
I know them double XL swallow me now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you might as well throw them out. You ain't ever getting back in those.
I hope I'm not getting back in.
No, man.
I'm going to push myself to not get back like that.
You never get back in those. You keep intermittent fasting going, you don't gain weight, dude. Even if you're eating bad, you don't gain weight. You won't lose on those bad days, but you don't gain. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, that's hands down one of the best things.
Yep, it is. It is. You don't yo-yo. That's the biggest thing of all.
No yo-yo effect, and it just works.
Yes, sir.
I just can't. I was like dumbfounded when it just was coming off the way it was.
Oh yeah, every week it was like showing the scale.
This is working.
Yep. Yeah, man. A lot of guys feel the same way. They're after the first week they'll lose 7-10 pounds, and they're like, all right, so when are we going to start going hard? I'm like, never. Just keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to eat perfect. Just eat smart. You can still have your, if you like pizza, have a pizza night once a week. If you like Mexican food, have Mexican food once a week. Just eat smart and live your life, man. It doesn't have to be
eat the whole pizza. Eat a third.
Yeah, and do it once a week. Don't eat it for lunch every day.
Yep.
Have a Thursday night with the family or something like that. Whatever. But you don't have to be so strict that you're miserable anymore.
For sure. Dang, Skippy.
It's a beautiful thing.
I know, man. It's just, just to feel that much better and to know, my health is in check, and I'm not worrying about it. I'm hopefully getting off blood pressure medicine here pretty soon. Yeah. He wanted to I want to go a little bit longer and just make sure everything's going to maintain. And
Sure. But just don't let it get too low. That's one thing that can happen, man. Because our weight getting up gives us high blood pressure, and that weight drops, and you're still taking those blood pressure meds. Sometimes it can get too low on you. So just keep an eye on it. The doctor shouldn't just pull you right off, but he might reduce it. That's how they usually do it. But the biggest thing is, in the end, with the Kayak Beasts program, it's for kayak fishing. I mean, it improves your kayak fishing ability, man. I've had everybody tell me that. I had guys tip his kayak over in the rapids and the river. He was able to, self-right the boat and kayak re-enter in the rapids. He said there was no way he would have panicked before. Things like that. I got guys, Josh, he's a kayak guide, and he had a guy out there. He took him out 2 miles. Guy couldn't paddle anymore, towed him all the way in without stopping.
Wow.
It's things like that
things
too.
Like
I mean,
that,
that's
like show you what the deal is.
That's the whole point of it.
Dealio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I can't thank you enough for.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you doing
jumping in this podcast, and then for starting us on these fitness journeys.
Thanks for having me, man.
I'm glad I was able to succeed in this, and
me too.
Keep moving forward and keep rolling.
Kayak beast mode, baby.
I'm starting back up. I'm gonna go back on nights tomorrow, but next week I'm starting back up on the workouts again. I'm gonna get
good. Yeah, man.
Start back up with it. I actually did join the Planet Fitness too, so I've been going.
Let me know. Let me know, dude. We'll make sure that you're on the right workouts for sure. For sure, we'll get you rolling again.
So just so y'all know, Luke does have an app that you'll download when you join the program and everything, and it tracks along and does exercises, and you can link it with your MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, I've got every exercise I've recorded myself in there doing. I put them into the circuits. You just open it up, pop up each exercise, and follow it. We got the Zoom recordings. You can follow those for when we do the entire circuit with the group. I put those recordings in the group.
Yep.
So yeah, man, there's plenty of ways to get at it, and it doesn't take long.
Anybody can do it. You can even
10-pound dumbbells.
5 or 10 pounds, 8, 10 pounds. If you don't feel comfortable with heavier dumbbells, grab 5 pounds. I mean, it's just anything to get your body moving and get
that's what I use to demonstrate. They're 5 pounds.
That heart rate up. That's the main thing, is that high impact, metabolic training.
Yeah, and body weight, man. Body weight
too. Yep. Body weight resistance.
No weight like body weight. Yeah,
exactly.
Man. Yep.
Planks and different things like that work well.
And even like things like, if you can't do a push up from your feet, we do them from our knees.
Do them from your knees.
We got ways to do it for all levels, man. It's for all
Start
levels.
out that way, and I guarantee you 2-3 weeks you're going to be doing them normal.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
For sure, man. Well, man, hey, once again, thanks again for coming on.
I appreciate you having me.
Talking a little bit about the program. I just wanted to give my testimonial too, and let the listeners and stuff hear about this good stuff right here, man. So, just super appreciative, man. It's a great program, and
thank you.
I just got my 100% endorsement.
I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Dustin Nichols from.
That's right, man. Hey, man, you're everywhere. You're everywhere. So definitely, your results have made believers out of a lot of people, for sure, brother. I appreciate you,
man.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you putting in the work and getting the results, man. Proving that it does work for me. You and all the other guys who've done it.
Yeah. Stoked. So everybody out there, check out the group, Kayak Beast,
Fishing Strength and
Fitness program group on Facebook. Luke_Prentiss on Instagram, or look him up on Facebook also. In the show intros, show headers, I'll have links and all that up there too when this comes out, posted in the post there on the Paddle and Fin page. So check that out. And with that, we're going to wrap things up.
Right on.
And thanks again to all the listeners. Thanks for the support from True Resort Co. in Waterloo, some local companies in Texas for me, and then all the other sponsors of the podcast, Yak Gadget, 153 Baits, Pelican, and I might have left out a couple. I don't know.
Man, mind if I give a little shout out to Laguna Custom Rods, man.
There you go.
Sponsor me. Yeah, they got some great rods, man. I love them.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, Laguna taking care of Luke there, and then ACK's got you doing some blogs and stuff for them. Yep. So cool deal, man. We got some Texas companies in the house, and good stuff there. So thanks to all the listeners, everybody. Tuning in and checking us out on Chasing the Tide, and we'll catch y'all on the flip.
Thanks for tuning in to another killer episode on Paddle and Fin. Don't forget to go check out our website at paddle_n_fin.com. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel at Paddle and Fin. If you got a question, comment, want to hear from a future guest on a future episode, feel free to email us at paddle_n_fin@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Paddle and Fin on Facebook and Instagram. Shout out to our show supporters, Angler. The Angler button and app just makes for a better time on the water and creates a virtual logbook for every fishing outing out on the water. Shout out to Rocktown Adventures, located in northern Illinois, for all your kayaking, camping, and hiking needs. Shout out to Jigmasters Jigs. When in doubt, get the jig out. Go to jigmasters.com.
Ooh.